This Woodland team goes. You go 13-1 last year. You make it to semi-state. What does this team take from last year's experience that you can carry over, and what are some of the things you're looking to do as far as bringing that momentum into 2016?
Well, when you win 13 games, the excitement of that, obviously the kids got to feel that for the first time, so they took a way that they enjoy winning, but also the pain of that one defeat, so close and so close a game, so there was a lot of pain in that. But it's a new season. I think these kids are smart enough to realize that even though we have 18 returning starters and we should be pretty good, that we won 4 close games last year. They could have went either way. So, that could happen to us this year, so we just had to be ready to play.
Tell me about this offense, because outside of Mitchell, you guys relied on a lot of sophomores last year. Now that they've gotten a year and under their belts and figured out how to win, how dangerous can this offense be with that experience, specifically with now what is a junior class?
Well, the best thing about our offense right now is we could still pound the ball if we wanted. We had 4 of those linemen back, and Jordan Delagrange is going to be our big back. He's 247 pounds, so we could run the ball like we did last year, but we don't have to. Where last year I was kind of worried about the passing game. We had so many sophomores starting, with Justin being a sophomore and Trayvon being a sophomore and Donald being a sophomore and Jack being a sophomore. And we started 7 sophomores overall, and all of them got a year better. So we're going to be a little bit more wide open. We got tremendous speed we're going to try to take advantage of. But I'm sure when it comes down to it, I'll be handing that ball off a lot again.
As far as the running back position goes, you talked about Jordan moving into that fullback slot at 247. When you take a look at Jack Rhodes last year, he's kind of like your number 2 back. He goes for 1,100 yards as a sophomore. Is it going to be a little bit more of the same, or like you said, is it going to be a little bit more versatile this year? Are we going to have those Jalen Bennett, Mitchell Van Brocklin type numbers from one guy this year?
We still could have those numbers, but it would be Jack getting the Mitchell type of carries last year, a 20-some a game, and then we're going to use Trayvon, the Reggie Bush kind of style. He's going to catch a lot of passes, but he's also going to be a tailback a lot, and his speed is just tremendous. And then we're probably going to use Deli for our short yardage jumbo package, and then he's going to lead block a lot. So it'll be just situated different, but we should be able to put some good numbers on the ground again.
So a little bit more balanced maybe in terms of the carries?
Yes. Well, last year I think Mitchell averaged 23 carries a game, and Jack averaged 13. So our one-back position averaged 36 carries, and that's going to be that way again. The difference is we're going to throw the ball about 20 times a game, where last year it was about 11 or 12.
When you take a look at this defense, people always want to talk about those offensive numbers, but the defense was fantastic last year. What has impressed you about this D, and what are going to be some of the calling cards of this Woodland defense in 2016? We're
fast. We're really good to the ball. I mean, last year we ended up, I think, being 14th in the state overall in points allowed in every classification, and 9 of those guys are back. We only lose 2. The third one was every now and then. And then Mitchell, we only played in big situations. We didn't really consider him a defensive starter, although he made a lot of good defensive plays, especially at Adams Central. Yeah. So we were turning 9 guys that started quite a bit. So, you're hoping and they continue that, but you never know. You just never know. That the teams we play are always solid, and they bring a different dimension each year, so we just have to see how we can do it.
Final question for me. I think Woodland went from being one of the top teams of this conference to now being the hunted team when you go and win 13 straight and have the type of domination you did on Friday nights in certain games. How does that change your approach, or does it change your approach, knowing that everyone is now gunning for Woodland in this conference?
Well, that's something you strive for, that people want to beat you. When I first got here, people wanted to play us for homecoming all the time and things like that. And I'm glad we're in this situation, but it's so fragile. You don't win on last year, you win what you do now, so that could change in a hurry. So we're working on just trying to keep it going, but we're a separate team than last year, and this year's seniors had a lot of success as juniors, but they remember the senior year more than any other year. So what good is it for the senior class if they win a conference as a junior and then don't win it as a senior? So that's how I got them looking at it, and they've been working hard, and we'll see what happens.
Anything else you'd like to add, Coach?
No, I think just keep on getting those Woodland fans out. We get a bigger following every week, so I hope it continues.
All right. I appreciate it, Coach.